Well, all right, welcome back to another beer tasting. I'm Kevin with CrafTeeBeer, and by beer tasting, I mean I found another beer I want to try. So I'm going to taste it, I'm going to share the experience with you, and that way I'm not just some guy drinking alone. So what do we have for today's beer tasting? We've got a Double IPA. Today's Double IPA, or American IPA, is the Hop Diggity. It's from Mother Earth Brew Company in San Diego, California. They were started in 2010. I guess a couple guys started in their garage brewing, opened a small home brew shop, typical story, and they just made it. So they grow, I believe, at 100% growth year over year. A few years back, they opened a second brewing production facility in Nampa, Idaho, and their distribution just keeps growing and growing.
Hi, my name is Daniel Love. I'm the owner of Mother Earth Brew Co, Vista, California, and now Nampa, Idaho.
So this is the Hop Diggity Double India Pale Ale. It's a 8.2% ABV. I think they claim it's 113 IBUs.
What? How can that be?
For what that's worth. So it says tasting notes: tropical juiciness, sweet pineapple and strawberry fields. So this is going to be a bitter, hoppy, juicy 8.2% Double India Pale Ale. So the can's got the name Mother Earth Brew Company. The logo is some guy dancing, maybe he's doing the Hop Diggity dance. I don't know, 70s inspired, 80 inspired, dancing in front of the hops. I don't know, maybe he's doing some jazzercise thing or something. Let me know if you know what he's doing. But got their logo, says Resonator, and there's the guy doing the Hop Diggity dance, I guess. They've got their independent craft emblem brewery logo. We were talking about that, I think, in the last video, whether a designator of being craft brewery or independent brewery. Do you care? Do the brewers care? Is it important? Let me know what you think. All right, let's go see what their website has to say about the Hop Diggity. 8.2% ABV and 113 IBUs. Our multi-award-winning double IPA, starting with a touch of honey malt to balance the higher ABV and some Munich to create a beautiful orange hue. This Imperial India Pale Ale is rife with tropical fruit like pineapples, lychees, and kiwi juiciness. Its medium body adds to the experience, giving it a great mouthfeel that allows you to experience it through the full-range palate. As deceivingly easy to drink and well-balanced beer, you'll be surprised at how much flavor it packs for being so light in color. It says the availability is October through December. Gives you the malt bill. It says the hops are Summit, Citra, and Mosaic. So Summit are known to be really good for bittering. The Citra is usually bright citrus, so the tropical or citrus fruits. And then the Mosaic, they're complex too. They can be berry, mango, stone fruits, bubblegum, grassy. It depends on, of course, all the hops. It depends on when and where you use them in the brewing process. So this could be very interesting between those three hops and the IBUs that they claim are high. This could be a really bitter, juicy double IPA or Imperial IPA. All right, I'm excited. Let's get the Hop Diggity out of the can into a glass and see what this beer tasting has for us.
Let's just drink it.
I can already smell the fruit. I can smell. It's almost grassy, fruity. Yeah, there's definitely a strong aroma to this already without even going in for a sniff. So an American IPA, it's not a New England style IPA, so it's not that hazy IPA. It's really clear. This thing is clear like a lager. I can see right through it. It's a very light yellow color. Very clear beer. Some small bubbles at the top. A little bit of head. Let's see what it smells like. It's not very strong. There's some a little floral to it, a touch maybe of citrus, and I'm not sure if because I read that Summit hops can have an onion characteristic to it, but I'm getting onion. Not sure if I'm really getting it or that's just predisposed in my mind, but I'm getting this sour onion nose with a little bit of citrus and a little bit of floral.
Do I smell onions?
So it's not very strong, but interesting, if not sounding very, pleasant. All right, well, let's give the Hop Diggity a try. 8.2% ABV and 113 IBUs. Let's see how bitter it is. Cheers. Like the nose, not very strong. It's got a good bitter to it. The alpha acids of what were probably the Summit hops are there. It gives you a pretty dry, abrasive bitter that went right over the back of my tongue and left the trail. Yeah, there's some fruit there. It's not bright fruit. It's a dank, earthy fruit with some good bittering. It's not a very strong flavor. The 113 IBUs, I'm not getting that at all. I've had many IPAs that are far more bitter than this. Leaves a little bit of an oily mouthfeel behind. So for a beer that looked, lager clear, macro lager clear, it's leaving a little oil behind, a little coating, which is good, adding to the experience. So there's not a lot to this, but I think it's got some dark or dank pineapple. I was going to say floral, but I think it's more like pine. It's got some piney resin, dank pineapple. It's got no bright fruit. There's none of that bright citrus, orange, lemon. I don't get any of that. It's maybe a touch of grassy or pine resin, dank pineapple with a good dose of bitterness, not 113 IBU range of bitterness in my opinion. But it's the bitterness stays there. The hop resin alpha acids are there. They're leaving a good bit of bitter behind. A little bit of mouthfeel, little oily coating staying behind, and that's pretty much the beer tasting experience for me so far. Let's go see what people think about this online. Hop Diggity, Mother Earth Brew Company on the Beer Advocate site has a 3.94 score with 206 ratings, 8% ABV, American Imperial IPA. All right, let's go see what's on Untapped. The Hop Diggity on Untapped, 3.9 caps rating, pretty reasonable. It's got a good rating there as well. It's got 12,229 ratings on Untapped. All right, I've had enough to check this in, so I'm going to go check in the Hop Diggity. Another one checked in. The Hop Diggity from Mother Earth Brew Company. I described it as some pine, dank pineapple, and a good dose of hop resin bitterness, a little slick coating, and the bitter is sticking around. That describes the beer tasting experience for me. 3.25 caps. Just an okay Imperial or Double IPA. Gave it the flavor profile of hoppy, pineapple, piney, and bitter. So if you've had this, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. If you want to find me on Untapped, it's CrafTeeBeer. This one was just okay. Maybe I'm burnt out on IPAs, but this wasn't that bitter to be claiming 113 IBUs. 8.2% ABV, so it's definitely a double or an Imperial IPA. I had something from Mother Earth recently. It was the Call Me Ginger, and I was just with that one too. So so this is the second one that was just So I'm gonna have to find some more stuff from them and get something from their arsenal that I really dig, just to be fair. So anyways, social media stuff is in the description. Find me on Untapped again, CrafTeeBeer. Subscribe. share, do all that nonsense, or don't. Till the next time, I'm Kevin with CrafTeeBeer. Cheers.